EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the New Orleans Saints. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Cook. He's got a first down past the 30. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Titans. Dalvin Cook, 82 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So a big-time scamper there to cap a touchdown on the opening drive.
Sets a tone, establishes not what you call a dominance, but a really good feeling for the team that just scored. But I've got to ask you, partner, what do the analytics say about that type of a run? Does it establish anything else for them?
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here we go, set, turn two stop. Exit. Go.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on second down. Herbert. On the connection, this is Ryan Izzo, complete. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up a touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
So after the run by Kamara, now another first and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. Room here to run. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them, and they took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And fresh off the pick 6. They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, He's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah.
Here we go.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
First grab for Thomas. It's good for a first down as well. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Topper! You got that right there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert, that's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 41-yard line. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Off play action. Herbert. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Greystone travel. Bud. Ready?
To throw again. Herbert. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, Herbert. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 19.
18
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He's got his man Sharp complete. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. picked up by Marcus Williams. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
No gain on the play there. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Hey, wahoo!
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This will be fielded at the 17. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Now Cook running right. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Come on, QB, come on. Number 53, 953.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Throwing on 1st down. Herbert. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Herbert. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still, no yardage. Okay.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, or you little quick strip, the ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now on 2nd and 16. Mariota in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. To throw on 2nd down. Herbert. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Check safety, check safety. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Check, nickel.
Here's Kamara, try to run for it. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
Check, 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 check.
1st and goal at the 3.
They'll run it with Kamara. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And it's now 17-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Pretty nice move, but not a ton of space there. They stop him shy of the 25. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Mariota. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell able to get him for a loss of about 3.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Taywan Taylor, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are going to retake the lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going. Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Hard.
He's coming. Double up.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Looking to throw. Herbert. And he's going to have the hook up to Izzo. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep down. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Lux with the extra point. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Ready?
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Double tight, guys. Double tight.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Cook. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Cook. And he loses the football a second time. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That good for 22 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down. Cook. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Cook. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
But a spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone.
Check 26, check 26.
They give it to him running left. Gets past, and he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On the ground, Kamara. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And to give this time to the tailback. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. The busy night continues for Kamara. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards there, a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Switch. X3, 218, chopper. Hey, zoom.
47's the mic. 47.
Down.
On first down, Herbert looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 30-yard line.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On the counter, here's Kamara. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
I got you, boy.
Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding.
Let's go. 50, plant.
All day, dog. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Ready?
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
60 Pittsburgh. Go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert, they'll set up the screen down to Kamara. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Back to throw. Herbert. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one, to me, You take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Titans offense set to begin the drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Stop your whining.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Third and long here for Mariota. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Matchbox lights.
7's a Mike. Mike 7.
2nd and 13. And Thomas has it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a gain of 16 yards. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. A give to Kamara running right. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Well, from my vantage point, that's just one bad play by the offensive line and a running back who's had a lot of good ones tonight.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be ticked off, nor is the offensive line, because to me it's a lot like a no-hitter, right? Pitcher's throwing a no-hitter, gives up a hit late. You're so close to accomplishing everything you want and don't quite get it done. They'll come back with a vengeance on the next play.
7's a Mike. Mike 7. Watch the flag. Watch the flag.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert flush to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Left coming, left coming. Go on. One. Switch it.
They start the drive with Cook. And he's got room. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
To throw is Mariota. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, but it'll be second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, here's Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Now Mariota on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Let's go. Dirty base, let's go. Check right 47. Let's put it.
And they will take a knee here.
The quarterback shoots it. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 50-yard line.
Don't get nervous.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Saints, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they suffered just their 2nd loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.